This time around on Author's Corner, pleased to welcome to the show someone who invented a word. He's so creative. You got to check out his YouTube channel. We'll get to all that in a second. QuasiverseComicBooks.com. You need to remember that for sure. He's got actually 3 books. We're going to talk about that. Tim Plummer is with us here on the show on America Tonight with me, Kate Delaney. Tim, thanks for coming on.
Oh, thank you, Kate. What a pleasure.
So first of all, I already said you invented a word, so let's tell people what the word is, quasiverse. What is that?
Quasiverse, my meaning for quasiverse is multiple universes. So, you know, all the different multiple universes out there all make up one big universe. And that's the quasiverse.
Yeah, I love that. And part of the message in your book is to have an open mind, to kind of be filled with love, I think for sure, be playful. I would say that's part of that message too. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about, first of all, your background. Like what drove you in the direction to be able to put these 3 together?
I was always a tradesman, and as I got older, even as a kid, I wanted to write and do comic books and draw and stuff like that. So now I'm at a point in life where I can actually do all those things without, struggling in
Having
life.
the time, right? Having the time, that's part of it.
I'm retired now, so I can do it. Yes, exactly.
Did you always have the ability to draw? Because that's part of it. To create any kind of a graphic comic book or any sort of comic at all, you have to have some of that ability.
Yeah, I have a limited, but I've got a real good imagination as far as, if I want to do something, even if I can't do it with talent, I'll figure out a way to do it. So, uh, that's a lot of my drawings are just figuring out how it should look in
Yeah.
my mind, anyhow.
Yeah. Good answer. You figure out a way to do it. There's a lesson in that for sure. All right. So let's talk about book 1. Tell us what book 1 is all about and where people can get it.
You can get it at the quasiversecomicbooks.com. Book 1 is takes place in the future, and it's a positive timeline for man. It's where I thought there was enough stories out there about the destruction of mankind and the end of the world, so I needed to put something out there that was positive. And I believe in the law of attraction, so we need to start attracting, manifesting the good things. We need to start thinking about them to do that. So Albert's journey into the universe is where mankind starts to take that steps towards that becoming an enlightened society. We start to catch up with our technology.
So what is Albert like?
Uh, in the book, he's a scientist. They've gotten into longevity, so he's 95 years old in the first story, and he's got the body of a 35-year-old. So he's he does what he loves, which is invents and creates. That's his essence. I talk about essence a lot in the stories, because I believe every one of us has our own essence, something that we're good at, something that we love, something that we aspire to do.
Boy, isn't that true? And to put it in comic book form in this first one, Albert's journey into the universe. And then what did you do in the second book? It was a little bit of a different message.
In the second book, he's writing a journal. So he's cataloging his experiences in the dream reality. And he actually goes on this dream reality. When I was talking about essences earlier, his wife's essence was empathy, and so she became a telepath. So she's able to link the family's mind together in a group dreamscape that well, it starts out to where they're trying to have fun, but it turns into a project of finding um, ways to sustain a new or sustain the society that they have built. It's a fun book. I thought I had fun writing it, so I hope people have fun reading.
Very good. I love that. I had fun writing it, so I hope they enjoy it too as well. And then the payoff, book three. So, you take us from the starting point of Albert, then into the journal. Then what happens in three?
In the third book, uh, they go across the Milky Way galaxy to another planet called Mockery. So I kind of use mockery for the what the word is I make fun of a lot of the things that led us to where we are today. Uh, Things like monarchies and even the stuff that we take for as a part of life, like our monetary system, and I have fun with it. I make a mockery of it.
When people read your comic books, what do you hope they take away?
I hope it just gets them thinking and inspires them to realize that we can uh, create a better world. And we do, in a lot of ways, manifest our own reality. Man creates a lot of stuff, governments, religions, banks, you name it, courts. We got so many things that other animals, don't don't do or don't have to even want to do, I guess.
Yeah, and it's
I,
true. It's interesting in getting people to think about what the world would be like. Also, there's some really funny moments. Like you said, poking fun at mainstream things that we just are just there, whether it's banks, whether it's the monetary system, whatever it is. So for you, could you ever have imagined, Tim, that yes, you had this ability, but you were busy, you were earning a living, you were doing a trade? Could you ever have imagined that you would have three comic books out there? I mean, look, one's 185 pages, one's 179, and one's 160.
uh, no, actually, I never would have imagined it 20 years ago. That's about when I started my writing interest back in 2004.
Yeah. And what's that feeling like to have that out into the world?
Good. Like I say, I do it for a lot for fun. Uh, it's and I want to relay a message also, like I said earlier, that we can we can do better as my message.
Yeah.
Uh,
I like that
we can,
hashtag. We can do better. And you can get the books again at quasiversecomicbooks.com. Also, tell us about your YouTube channel because you just set that up and I just was looking at that.
yeah, I just started a YouTube channel. I've been being tutored or coached by a guy out in California who's a producer. Uh, he's helping me out a lot, and he encouraged me to start the YouTube channel. And it's also a learning thing. I'm learning how to work with AI, and hopefully, I'll be getting better and better at it the more I do. So the videos should be progressing in quality
So
as things go along.
if people want to go to your YouTube channel, where do they go?
It's Quasiverse. I think it's Quasiverse on YouTube. But I think if they just put in Quasiverse, it should pop up.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the best thing to do is to search for it that way, and then you get the payoff of the three books too as well. We can't wait to see what happens in the future. Thanks for joining us on the show.
well, thank you, Kate. It's been wonderful talking to you.